Hey guys, it's Black Hat 975 coming back at you live with another Lost Relics video, and in today, thought we'd do a little something different. I want to go over some shop items that's been added for Halloween. Um, so these are limited items only during the Halloween event, and they're also limited within how many are available during the event. And I'm going to be going over these four here. We're going to go through them and look at their character models and the lore, and I'll talk a little bit about my own thoughts on those items. So let's get right into the video. Alright guys, starting out first, the Nightlurker. Cloaked in black with an intimidation of death itself. The Nightlurker is a frightening figure of the highest order. Night after night, he can be found patrolling the burial grounds of Talmuth as he's waiting for the evil forces to emerge. And when they do, he's always ready to send them right back to where they came from. A harbinger of darkness, a protector of the living, or a simple menace to society. Who is the Nightlurker? Nobody knows the answer to that question. But what we do know is that wherever he draws his breath, evil is surely not too far behind. Whether the Nightlurker is a magnet for evil, or the Talmud gravesite is a veiled passageway to the underground. The Nightlurker knows something that we don't. It doesn't sound like he plans on sharing that information anytime soon. The good news? He manages to contain the darkness within these walls. The bad news? For how long? Pretty awesome lore for the character here. You can see the model here for 2020. I think it's very a spooky figure. Kind of reminds me of um, Nightmare Freddy, sort of in the way it looks here, the face and stuff. Not my favorite, partially. I think it's kind of interesting. I noticed a few things. Just for me, it's a little bit out of touch with the rest of the game outside of Halloween. So I think it's interesting if you want it just for Halloween, but outside of Halloween, I don't know if I'd want to wear it. So for me, I think it's cool and it's different, but I don't know if I'd want to wear it all year round. Definitely like the lore, but that's just my opinion. And like I said, it is very limited, so expect a good value for this item if you get it in the future. I do want to take a moment and say this is not financial advice, and this is my opinion on the matter. And also, I have your attention. If you'll go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, keep you up to date with any videos I have coming out. I try to make videos every day, and I want to thank you for the support that you've already given to the videos in the past. So thank you for that. Let's keep moving forward. Alright, so we're gonna go back here, and next we're going over the King Carthulu. He's $100, a little bit cheaper than the other one, but he is running out. There's 127 of 270 remaining, so it's time to get it. If you're gonna get one, you gotta pay out, and there's time to get in there. Now, looking here at the lore, it says, although many believe that the underworld is controlled by a single entity, this is simply not the case. Even the most powerful beings need loyal henchmen in order to enact their evil bidding. When it comes to allegiance, very few pay fealty more than that of the sinister soul known as the King Carthulu. Said to be conceived by the purest of evil, King Carthulu is a menace, a rather ruthless tyrant, merciless, doing whatever needs to be done in an effort to maintain the order within the nether region of the abyss. Whether minions or ruler double-cross him, you'll quickly meet the pointy end of his blade, and his nose, probably. Legend tells of a noble prince loved and respected by all, but cursed to eternal damnation by an evil sorceress and sent to the abyss in order to carry out unspeakable acts. Many believe that this tale directly refers to King Carthulu himself. But, even if it were true, the king's soul was plunged too far into darkness for even a chance of recovering a morsel of his former self. This is now his soul form. This is King Carthulu. And we'll take a look here at the portrait as well. This is pretty awesome. I like the art. It's simple but intriguing. You could wear this all year around. You could be like a king of the monsters or something, or something like that. A harbinger of, a king of like little creatures, and I think that's really cool. I think this looks really good. I've seen it in game. It looks really good in game. It's wonderful in game. So great job to Cliff on the in game with this one. Personally, for me, I do think this one is definitely worth buying if you're into this kind of thing, and definitely a good value in the future as well. But there is a little bit of a caveat to that, in that it does go with this minion here, being a demonic fiend of the underworld has its perks, but freedom, well, that just isn't one of them. Those who try to escape an evil reigns are normally met with swift destruction. Yet every so often one will manage to slip past the veil of darkness and escape directly into the mortal realm. In this particular case, his name was Minion 2. Under direct control of King Carthulu, Minion 2 had it bad. As one of the oldest to be enslaved, he spent centuries doing the bidding of the king, day after day, hour after hour. Minion 2 spent working, grinding away, in a grueling mines of the abyss. Kinda sounds like work to me. His brittle bones began begging for souls. This is definitely work. But Minion 2 didn't have a choice. As one of the King Carthulu's minions, you were controlled by an evil spell, commanding your every move. Yet for centuries, Minion 2 could feel the control slipping away, the hex beginning to weaken. Slowly but surely, he was starting to feel free. As time went on, Minion 2 planned his escape. Joyously dreaming of the outside world, he determined that while Carthulu was sleeping, his control felt to be at its weakest, and as the king laid down to rest, Minion 2 made his move. Dashing through the mines, targeting a single site, he raced towards the nearest nether portal. The other minions looking out on disbelief as he leapt through the magical pathway. He was free. Although there was no longer a direct control of King Carthulu, Minion 2 maintains a follower mentality, making him a loyal companion to those who merely show him respect. This one, $8, sorry, almost $59. A lot cheaper. There's 507 still out there, so definitely a lot more that you can have. Looking at this here, it looks good. A little bit simplistic, compared to King Carthulu, but I think as a set, those two go together really good and get more value as a set in my mind. If that's true or not, yet to be seen. But again, that's just my thinking. I think it looks very good, the model. I love how you can even see all the muscles back in here, and it's great. And it even shows up pretty well in game too. And he's got some pretty cool animations in the game, so if you get a chance to check those out, check out his animations as well. All around a top tier pick during the Halloween event we have going on as far as items go. The last one here is Ascara 2. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. $29, so it's a lot cheaper. Like bats out of hell, the Carthulu was fearless fiends with fiercely compulsive thirst for blood. Any signs of weakness, and they won't hesitate but to swoop down and claim their most desperate desire. For centuries, the Carthulu had plagued the mortal realm with their fiercest attacks. Humans nor livestock have been safe from the brutal assaults they bring forth, causing many to be fearful. Monitoring the skies, especially during the fall months when the Carthulu is actively feeding in large flocks. Although extremely dangerous, these is a form of dark magic that can rid these feral fowl of their demonic affliction, but attempting to do so is probably not worth the risk, as one false move and your bird feed. And we'll take a look here at this one as well. This one's a little more simplistic. I wonder if it looks maybe... I really saw one of these in games yet, because I haven't had a lot of time. But this one's a little more simplistic. Could look better, could look worse, depending on what you're playing it on. As far as my evaluation, I would say take it or leave it. There's a lot of them out there. There's over 1,500 altogether, so it won't be as rare. But, if you're on the cheaper side, you got, 30, I guess, plus some, maybe, $30 to blow. I'd say go for it. It's only going to get more rare over time, but that's my opinion. So I think I'll just say my final thoughts on this here. I think this Nightlurker guy is going to be pretty cool and continues to show some value in the future. But I do have to say, I think this pair right here is my idea of a good time. I think having pairs like this, which can really be valued together, like together they get stronger, is very good. And I think these kind of fit the theme of the game more, as far as like you could be a king and his creatures and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. Whether the Nightlurker, does it really matter if it fits in? Not if you're into it, but for me, I think just it's a little bit strange, So I think he's a good collector item. Maybe not, maybe a little bit game breaking as far as immersiveness, if that's something you really want. The Ascara 2 is pretty interesting. I think could be, if you need a little pet, I think that's fantastic, and it does well what it needs to do. So that's all there is to it. So these are the main Halloween items I'm going to cover today. I will cover more of them as well, but it's just what I'm doing for this video. So if you like this video, want to see more items talked about and discussed on the channel, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.